Hi there, my name is Cordy and I think you're here because you want to learn how to draw. So let's get started. All you need is a pencil, an eraser, and I've got two fine liners here. One is 05 and the other one is 08. So I'm going to draw with you a little scene that I cooked up in my mind to send my friend a little bit of love and strength. And it's gonna be one big dog and one little dog. So here we go. Let's start out with the big dog, and a really rough shape. So this is sort of the big beefy body, and his head is going to be sort of square. We're only going to draw the rough outlines first. The legs are round about here, coming out like this, and there's the other one, and then the front legs are round about here, really rough, just finding the correct spots, the correct positioning for them. So I'm thinking his head is going to have to be a little bit further up because he's going to give our little doggy a big lick on the cheek. So we're going to extend the head from down here up here. Here we go. Don't be afraid to use your eraser. It's really important. All right, so now let's draw our little doggy. So his head is going to be right here by the mouth of our big dog. He's got sort of triangular shaped ears. I'm going to want to have some hair sticking up. And then his body is also kind of triangular shaped as he sits, obviously on a chair, a little stool, because he's tiny, can't reach up. Here we go, here's our little stool. Just rough outlines for now. Okay, so this is the rough picture that we want. Let's get some more detail into our big bulldog. So let's start with the back. The back of a bulldog is usually a bit more meaty, and it's got some folds in the skin before. So let's get them in here. And we're going to give him a collar. Let's give him a collar like this. And then the belly comes around here. Also probably with some folds in his skin coming down here. And then just before the legs, the belly goes up. And let's continue on with the leg. So we're down here. So that's going to come around like this. Got some little folds here in the back, and maybe not as big as we, and it's got some folds in the skin here, and then the paws come in like this, and then we've got another paw like this. Here we go, little toes. Great. So this is, we might not need it coming in all the way, just a little bit. And then the front leg is coming down, adding some detail here, also with some little toes coming out like this. So we have the shoulder sort of as a triangle, and then the second paw. So before this, I was looking at some pictures of bulldogs to get a bit of an idea of their characteristic looks. So it's not all just coming from my head. Obviously, drawing has to do with a lot of observation first, and then we can put stuff down. If you have a really good visual memory, then you just have to look at things once and you get it immediately. But I tend to have to look at quite a few examples to get the right characteristics down. So his head is lifted towards the little doggy, and we're going to make his mouth very close to the head, This is going to be his nose. Right about here is his triangular shaped nose. And then the head comes up and goes back down like this. This is usually where the folds are in the skin. Maybe that was a little bit too high up. Here we go. Then there's going to be an ear, sort of a triangular shaped ear. And there's another one here. Like that. And in that little cove, we've got his eye. So the bulldog is taking shape, I feel. Maybe yours is going to look slightly different, but that's totally fine. That's what drawing's all about. It's your version, you know. If you would want to copy it, you can find a link in the description below where you can just get the line drawing that I made, and you can color it in yourself if you want, or just copy it, trace it, and learn how it's built up that way. That's also a good way of learning. All right, so we've got the ears. I think this needs to be a little bit more, or a little bit less angular. Here we go. And then obviously we need to have the tongue that licks the little dog's head. And we're going to have a little more folds because the face of those doggies are quite wrinkly. Here we go. This is the little licky part. All right, so our bulldog looks quite good. Let's move on over to our little dog. So here's the face stuck right on the big bulldog's tongue. I'm gonna make an ear over here. And I wanted to give the little doggy some hair sticking up. And here is his big other ear. And I want his face to be tilted. So I'm gonna draw his face tilted. Give him a little smile. And he's got his collar right here. And now we're going to come down. I think we're going to have to draw the stool a little bit higher because the doggy is not that lanky. It's just a puppy, right? So it's not so big. So we draw his little feet like this. And then the hind legs just coming out like that. And then this is what the pillow where he sits on. Here we go. Just made the stool a little bit higher. And you can come in and make the texture of this one a little bit more fluffy. Oh, let's give him a little heart hanging from his collar. How about that? And we're going to make some fluffy edges because he's a bit more fluffy than the bulldog. Down here, fluffy paws. Here we go. And his eyes. Let's see, can we give him a little ring around his eyes? Here we go. Little smile because he's happy because he gets kissed. Here we go. So here's our little scene. Here we go. I'm going to outline it for you in those markers. So now I'm outlining it with the fine liner. With the pencil we have quite a few options of lines, and with the fine liner I'm picking that one line that looks right to me. So that's the nice bit about doing stuff with the pencil first, because you can experiment on what looks right, add and subtract lines, and then when the fine liner comes in, they also call it inking, right, you can choose the line that defines your shade the most and to get rid of the other one. It's really easy and quick. You can make a personalized little message for a friend. And then to make it a little more interesting, you can add the thicker fine liner for just one side, just to indicate a bit of shadow. So this is our line drawing. Obviously we have to get rid of all the pencil. So if you want to, you can download this line drawing in the link below. If you managed to draw along with me, I would love to see what you created. So do come find me on Instagram at Cordy Creativity and share your work, tag me. I would love to see it. Now here is my colored in version of our little drawing. I like to use all my colors. If you want to learn some more about adding color and shading to your drawing and how to use different types of art supplies for that, then please pop on over to my Skillshare class. If you use the link in the description, you'll get 1 month free. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you soon for some more drawing adventures.